Om गणपतये नमः। ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us take in 5 deep breaths and experience Shiva Shakti within. Om Shiva Shakti Om. 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 चाम्पेय गौरार्ध शरीरकायै कर्पूर गौरार्ध शरीरकाय धम्मिल्लकायै च जटाधराय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय कस्तूरिका कुङ्कुमचर्चितायै चितारज पुञ्जविचर्चिताय कृतस्मरायै विकृतस्मराय नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय झणत्वणत्कङ्कणनूपुरायै पादाब्जराजत्फणिनूपुराय हेमाङ्गदायै भुजगाङ्गदाय Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Vishalanilo Palalochanaye Vikasi Pankeruhat Lochanaya Same Vishame Shanaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Mandara Kalitaye Kapalamalakitagandharaya Divyambara Digambaraya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Ambodharachyamalakuntalayai तटे प्रभाताम्रजटाधराय नीरीश्वराय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय प्रपञ्च सृष्टुन्मुखलास्य कायै समस्त संहारकताण्डवाय जगज्जनन्यै जगदीशपित्रे नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय प्रदीप्तरत्नोज्ज्वलकुण्डलाय स्फुरन्महापन्नगभूषणाय शिवान्विताय शिवान्विताय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय एतत् पठेदष्टकम् इष्टदं यो भक्त्या समान्यो भुवि दीर्घजीवी प्राप्नोति सौभाग्यम् अनन्तकालम् भूयात् सदा तस्य समस्तसिद्धिः Ardhanarishwara Stotram. It is a very great boon that our Adi Shankaracharya has given us the knowledge that you are Ardhanarishwara. You are carrying the traits of Ardhanarishwara every moment of your life. This is the message he is sending through this Ardhanarishwara Stotram. Let us remember the very source of this concept of Ardhanarishwara. We all know the legend which says how Bhringi Rishi, who was a great devotee of Shiva alone, so he wanted to do Pradakshina Namaskara only Shiva, but not Shakti, even though she is sitting very next to Shiva, not knowing that he is Ardhanarishwara. That is the presence of Shiva and Shakti within. So when he started moving around only Shiva, Shakti said, if that is the case, I will take away my portion of presence in you, O Bhringi Rishi. And thus, he just became the heap of the elements. Looking at this, Shiva requested Shakti to grant her Shakti back to Bhringi. And he promised her, and he did take Shakti as very much part of himself in the manifestation. And thus we see Ardhanari Ishwara. Ishwara, the Lord, whose half is woman. Ardha is half. Nari is woman. So this is the legend. And Ardhanarishwara, that form itself, represents the constructive, creative power. It also shows the combination of male and female when they are in cooperation with one another. The action happens. Otherwise, there is no action. From the perspective of Shiva, because he is inert. Just the Shakti, without Shiva, her action will be erratic, meaningless. It just becomes a vanity. So, to make anything perfect with sense, both are needed. And that too with cooperation, with union, with fusion. That is Ardhanarishwara. And when we see it, even in Saundarya Lahari, he has quoted so many times the presence of Shiva and Shakti together to take the whole universe in its Panchakritya, to take smooth action in this world, the manifested world or Vishwa. Ardhanarishwara is that activated consciousness because they are one, Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is pure consciousness. Shakti is pure energy. When both of them are together, it is activated consciousness, which we are all carrying every moment of our life. Whether we are in Jagrat or Swapna or Sushupti, Turiya, it is there. Shiva and Shakti, even though their innate nature or characteristics are opposite, yet they have that unity in them. When we see Shiva, he is Kshetrajna. Shakti is Kshetra. And he is static, inert, whereas she is dynamic and creative, all the time involved in action. Shiva is being, just being. Shakti is becoming. He is one. She is many. Shakti. Because the whole universe is her body. So she is many in myriad forms. He is infinite, whereas Shakti renders that infinite into finite forms. Myriad. And Shiva is formless. She is with many forms. So they are just quite opposite to one another. But they are attracted to one another and they are together as one unit, activated consciousness, and they are working in this world. To take a very practical example, father brings in the money from which mother buys the things and prepares the food and brings it on the table. Just the money of the father is not enough. It will not convert itself as food without the presence of mother. And mother cannot prepare the food without father bringing in the money. So, in the same way, Shiva, even though he is inert, he has all the power. He is holder of the power. But the karya of the deed of Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, Tirodhana, Anugraha is happening with the power of that Shakti. So both are equally needed. And we can also see it in magnetic field. The opposite North Pole and South Pole, they attract one another. But if it is same, it will not attract. In the same way, in electricity also, to pass that, there should be positive and negative energy. Only then it creates that electricity. Isn't it? In the same way, the marriage between two people, man and woman, can happen and go smoothly only when they have opposite nature, because they complement one another. If both of them are having the same kind of nature, the marriage will not be that smooth. So, what do we see in this? In nature, everything is drawing that quality. They have inherited that quality from Shiva and Shakti. Interestingly, Ardhanarishwara, it harmonizes two different opposite ways of life. The spiritual way of ascetics, represented by Shiva, and the materialistic life led by the householder, represented by Shakti. Both are needed and both are there together. Because of that, the life is going on smoothly. One cannot have just the qualities of Shiva or just the qualities of Shakti. Both are needed. And also, this Ardhanarishwara form shows us how the unity of opposites, the duality, when brought together, it gives paripurnata, the completeness. One can go beyond when we realize, when we balance the presence of the nature of Shiva and Shakti, which are opposites, together within us. Then we feel the presence of Ardhanarishwara, because Shiva Shakti are in the Turiya state all the time within. So when we realize that Ardhanarishwara is this being, because I have inherited Shiva Shakti and I'm carrying on this life. This is the point which Shankaracharya is passing on to us through Ardhanarishwara Stotram. And another point is about the unity, the presence of opposites, Shiva and Shakti with their opposite natures, is one thing. Unity of that also we have inherited. Every individual in this manifestation, they are always trying to unite with something else. It could be outside or inside, within. They are seeking that unity, union, yoga. It's something or the other, all the time. Think. Every moment, the mind, the body, buddhi, that aham is running behind to unite with something. We are carrying that trait of uniting. And because of that union is there, the life is also going on and on and on. And this stotram, if we really understand and try to live that Ardhanarishwara being our own selves, it really gives the clear picture of what this Vishwa is, what Ishvara is, what this being called individual, Jivatma, is. So let us go through that stotra one after another. Champeya Gaurardha Sharira Kaye. It is Shakti. Champeya is the Champaka flower. We call it Sampige in Kannada. The long flower, Champaka. And it is somewhat like golden yellow color. Champeya Gaura. The half side of Ardhanarishwara is Shakti, whose color is golden yellow. Karpura Gaurardha Sharira Kaya, that is Shiva. The other half of that Ardhanarishwara is Shiva, who has the body which is like Karpura Gaura. It has the glorious color of Karpura. It is pure white, yet transparent. Karpura Gaurardha Sharira Kaya. Dhammilla Kaya. And on the left side, she is putting a beautiful knot with her hair, and it looks so pretty. Dhammilla means the knot, Gantu or Kudmi here. Jatadharaya, he is wearing jata. One is very well done hairdo, another one unkempt hair which has turned itself as jata. Namaha, I bow down to that. Shivaya, that is Shakti. Cha Namah Shivaya, to that Shiva. See how beautifully Shankaracharya has used the same name, Shiva. Shiva, that Shivayai represents Shakti. Shiva represents Shiva. So what can we understand by this? Champeya Gaurardha Sharira Kaye. That golden hue, yellow, but beautiful. It's very much Indian color, Gauravarna. It is Rajasic, and she's getting ready to get into the action of creation. For Srishti, she needs Rajoguna. The presence is there. Whereas Shiva, the other side, Karpura Gaurardha Sharira Kaya. He is inert consciousness, and he's just there as transparent, pure white Sattvika. She's Rajasika and he's Sattvika. So the starting stage. Dhammilla Kaye. That Dhammilla also shows how she is getting ready getting into the society, tradition, customs, how the world will be forming its own sampradaya. She's getting into it. And it is nicely done here. Whereas Shiva is Jatadharaya, and it is unkempt, which shows he is very much into tapas. He's very much into his own self. But Gauri, Shakti, is already slowly into the next step of manifestation. Kasturika Kunkuma Charchitaye. Shakti, she is adorned, anointed, smeared with kasturi, which is fragrance of the musk, and kunkuma, it is red in color, and she's all over having it, which is on this side. Kasturi kunkuma charchitaye. She's all red, ready with rajoguna in its peak. She wants to create. She wants to get involved in the deeds of the world, Vishwa. Chitaraja Punja Vicharchitaya. Shiva has smeared the ashes from the funeral pyre, that is the ashes of the dead body, and it is fully Vicharchita. She's Charchita, Vicharchita. Vicharchita means it is uniquely, very differently looking, appearing of that smear of ash. Kritasmaraye. The form, when we see this side, it is so beautiful, pleasing, and it is very pleasant, comforting to reflect upon this portion of Ardhanarishwara, which is Shakti, even to remember. Krita Smaraye, just to remember, contemplate, ponder upon, reflect upon the Shakti which is on the left, is so beautiful. Krita Smaraye. The other side, Vikritasmaraye. That because of its unusual, Vikrita, unusual appearance, it is Vikritasmara, that memory will be ugly or terrible. So it is Vikritasmaraya. Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. So here again, they're quite opposite when we see it. Kasturi ka kunkuma. Here it is Chita Rajah Punja. Rajah Punja. Punja means the heap. He's not just taking little bit of ash and smear it somewhere symbolically. No. The heap of ash he's having on him. So you can well imagine how opposite the appearance would be of that Ardhanarishwara. Yet they are not separated. They are one unit. In the same way, Kritasmaraye, Vikritasmaraye. So beautiful to remember, to reflect upon. And it is so different, unusual one on the other side, which is really terrible to keep pondering about. Terrific. To opposites. How is it possible? Why is it there? So much of opposites in one unit. It is like car. A car can be driven only when there is accelerator as well as the brake. The brake should also be really good. So Shakti is like the accelerator. If we take this whole universe or the life which we are leading as the car, there should be accelerator and there should be brake also. Without the accelerator, there is no need for brake, which is Shiva. Stop. Isn't it? And if there is no brake to that car, just the accelerator, even that will not work. So there should be accelerator as well as the brake. And we have to use both at the right quantity of right quality as well. The accelerator also should be in a controlled way. The brake should also be not jerky but smooth, yet very powerful. When it has to stop, it should be able to. So the presence of Shiva and Shakti as one unit in every individual in the whole universe. It is not just the human beings, in all other beings as well. The presence is needed and they will be there. Jhanat Kwanat Kankana Nupuraye. She is making the tingling sound of her Nupura, the anklets of the bracelet as well as the anklets. It is making such beautiful sound, heralding her presence as the whole manifestation. Nada. Nada is the source of the whole universe. And when that nada is in different levels, the progression of the world, the manifestation will also change. So that she is heralding. Jhanat, Kwanat, it is not making the monotone. It is not just Janat, 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 Janat. It is doing Janat, Kwanat, Janat, Kwanat. So, multiplicity in the world. duality in the world. That she's holding. Whereas Padabja Rajat Bhaninupuraya, and Shiva is wearing on his lotus-like feet, Padabja Rajat Bhaninupuraya. He's wearing the snakes as his anklet. There, this Bhani, the snake, represents the five senses which are present in the individuals, Jivatmas. So, in a way, he is Pashupati, he is taking care of all the Jivatmas. So, he is having those Jivatmas right around his ankle, and also as ornament on different parts of his manifestation as Ardhanarishwara. Hemangadaye. Hema is gold. Angada is the ornament which is worn on the lower elbow. We call it Bhaju Bandi. You would have seen it in Bharatanatyam dances, they wear it. Angada. She is wearing the golden ornament as Angada, whereas he is wearing Bhujanga. Bhujaga. Bhujaga is the snake. Bhujagangadaya. So he is wearing the snake as his Angada ornament. What can we understand? Hemangadaye. Hema, again, it calls for that Rajoguna, who is involved in creation and Sthiti as well. Because of her presence as Hema, that creativity, Sthiti is possible in this universe. And he, being the Pashupati, he is giving the cooperation with her. So even though he is opposite, okay, I will be with you as your partner, co-partner, with my contribution for you to carry on this world. So he becomes Pashupati. That understanding, cooperation, we can see it here. It is same thing within us also. Because there is cooperation between the male portion of Shiva, his presence, and the female portion of Shakti being present. And there is unity in them. We see. So no being individual is purely or fully male or fully female. All of us carry both male as well as female portion of Shiva and Shakti in us. And thus the nature will also carry that male and female nature in us. So whichever is very prominent, we identify ourselves with that. But all of us have both. And thus we are all Ardhanarishwaras. Vishala Neelotpala Lochanaye. This portion, Shakti, the eyes are Vishala, it's broad and long. Vishala. And how is it? It is like Neelotpala, the blue lotus. And Vikasi Pankeruha Lochanaya. Whereas Shiva's eye this side is like the round, beautiful, complete, Purna, fully blossomed lotus, red lotus flower. So one is blue lotus, another is red lotus. Samekshanaye. Shakti is Samekshana, one who has the equal number of eyes. That means Samekshana, even number. The look or the glance which she is having is Samekshana. It is even, it is pleasant, beautiful, very cordial. Samekshana. That Sama Ikshana. Ikshana is that look or the glance. Sama is even number we can take, or which is pleasant, which is beautiful, smooth, is Sama. And which is able to see everything as just one. That is, in a way, witness more. Sakshi Bhava. Whereas Pankeruha, that is lotus-like eye, Shiva, he is also in Sakshi Bhava, but it is Paripurnata, the consciousness, which is heralding very brightly like the red lotus. So how does it work? When we contemplate on Ardhanarishwara, on the left side, if we keep visualizing and keep looking at that vision of Nilotpala Lochana, the blue lotus-like eye, because it is so pleasant, calm, and mild, light blue, it attracts, it like magnet, it takes the devotee's mind, go within, deep into that lotus, blue lotus. So once the mind becomes totally absorbed deep into that blue lotus, the mind becomes totally calm with no flickering thoughts at all, and it goes within all the more. And that is how she transfers that look towards the lotus-like round, beautiful eye of Shiva, which is Muktidayaka. And it gives the revelation of what the eternal truth is. Because there is that deep connection between Shiva and Shakti. They are working as one in making the mind of the devotee go deep within and come into knowing, experiencing the eternal truth. So it is so good that we go through Shakti to reach Shiva, not directly. How? Shakti is working with us every moment of our life. Every moment. And we are experiencing the presence of Shakti so much. Because in every action we need that Shakti, which she is showering, the power. So when we go little more, we understand that Shakti is not alone. She is with Shiva. When that understanding comes, we realize We are experiencing Shiva Shakti every moment, with she being prominent, because she's the one who has manifested as the world, as this body, as this mind, buddhi. So she's readily available for us to experience her. But the revelation also comes once we know that everything is happening because of the presence of Shakti. She is with Shiva. Shiva is accompanying her. Then we also understand Shakti is in Shiva. Shakti is in Shiva. That is, that energy, whichever we are experiencing, is very much in the consciousness. Think of it. Whatever we are experiencing, the energy in us, we are able to feel it, experience it because of the consciousness. Because that energy is in consciousness. That is, Shakti is in Shiva. And as we go further, we also realize Shakti is Shiva. Shakti is Shiva. That energy, pure energy, is only Shiva. So both of them are like two faces of the same coin. Nilotpala, Vishala Nilotpala Lochanaye, Vikasi Pankeruha Lochanaya. How they take care of us. And Samekshanaya, she is with that smooth, pleasant, in a witness way, she's sending her glance through both the eyes. Whereas Shiva, he is Vishamekshana. Vishama is uneven number. Uneven. Vishama is also not smooth, rough, or terrible. That is how he's sending his glance. Shakti is very much like mother. She tries to make us go through life with some amount of happiness and some amount of sorrow. There will be positive and negative actions from individuals. Yet we are able to carry it on because of Shakti's grace on us. She's taking care of us like mother. But like father, Shiva is very stern. And his Vishamekshana, that Shiva is consciousness. When he showers that Vishama glance, uneven, that is 3 eyes. It's not easy to take, but it is needed. It is needed. If that Vishamekshana is not there, we will never progress. So it is very much needed. That he casts as Vishama Ikshana. So both are needed. Both are needed. Mandara Mala Kalitala Kaye. She is well decorated on her curls and on her knot, on her hair. She is wearing the mala, the nice garland of mandara flowers. That mandara flower is a unique, rare flower. They say which is very difficult to get. Even one mandara flower, one has to wait for years and years and years. So when we describe any god or goddesses, we say, you are like Mandara flower, Mandara Pushpa. So, when it is so difficult to get even one flower, Devi is having garland of Mandara flower. She has decorated herself with Mandara Mala. Another concept or another understanding is Mandara flower is hibiscus flower. That hibiscus flower also has so many different kinds, varieties in hibiscus itself. Many of them are very, very rare. And she is wearing that mala. So hibiscus is known for its redness, brightness, its beauty. So she is wearing that mala. When it comes to Mandara, again, it is heralding about the Srishti, the creation of the whole manifestation. He is wearing Kapala Malankita Kandharaya. On his neck, he is wearing the mala, the garland of Kapala, the skulls. That is, he is heralding, the whole world is very transient. And it has to end with the time. That Kapala is what telling us, signifying the transient nature of this world, and it is also Laya, annihilation of this world. Again, it is Srishti and Laya. Divyambaraye. She is wearing Divyambara. Divya means that which is bright, shiny, divine. Ambara, the cloth around her. So whatever she is wearing on this side is very divya, very bright, beautiful, shiny, and divine. He is wearing Digambaraya. Digambara means he is wearing the Dikku. That is, Dik is the directions. Directions itself as Ambara, the cloth. What does it mean? She is Shakti Divyambare because Shakti is the whole Vishwa. Vishwa is her manifestation. It is her body. Because it is covered with that Divyambara, bright, shiny cloth, we are, even with physical eyes, we are seeing things, experiencing through all the five senses, her manifestation, her body, because it is covered with that Divya Ambara. She is available for us to see. It is coming to light because it is bright, it is shining, the whole manifestation. We are understanding. It is manifested world. Whereas Digambara, his consciousness, he's just the soul, Atma. And when he is having Dik, which is ever expansive, there is no limit at all. The direction will keep going expansive. So if he is wearing that as Ambara, the cloth, that means he is Brahman, Parabrahman, Atma, which cannot be seen through five senses. He is not available, but he can be just experienced, Atma. See how different it is, how opposite. She is Divyam. We are enjoying. We are experiencing. For Digambara, one has to go within. That too, it is possible with the help of Shakti only within us, isn't it? If the mind is not concentrating, we are not able to go within. Calming down that mind is also happening because of the presence of Shakti in that particular manner. So through that, when we go deep within, then we realize Shiva, Parabrahman, is none other than Digambara, the pure Atma. Namah Shivaya, cha Namah Shivaya. I bow down to that Shiva and Shiva. Ambodharar Shyamala Kuntalaye. So this side, the hair is black, which is resembling, which is very much like the water bearing blue, dark blue color cloud. Ambha is water. Ambhodhara, that which is bearing the water. Shyamala, which is dark. That is cloud, which is dark blue color, dark color. Her hair is resembling that color. Whereas his Tatit Prabha, Tatit is the lightning. That hair is so bright and shiny, like that lightning. Like that, it is so bright. You look at. Tamra Jata, Tamra is copper. Copper color hair, which is shining like the lightning. These are all not just the words. We have to understand, once we go into that meditative vision, one can see it and one can experience it. So, Shankaracharya is not just poetically putting these words, no. Because he is experiencing the presence of Ardhanarishwara in this form right in front of his meditative eye. He is seeing. And thus, whatever he is seeing, he has put it into words. Because we are not able to see that, we don't have that capacity. So we are taking it as just a poetic way of describing Ardhanarishwara. No. He has experienced it. That is why he is saying, Tatit Prabha, copper color, Tamra color, hair which he is having as Jata, is shining like that lightning. Nirishwaraye, Devi, Shakti is Nirishwara. There is no one superior to her. She is Rajarajeshwari, Akhilandeshwari, Bhuvaneshwari. She is the one who is ruling and holding, protecting all the 5 Panchakrityas. Everything is happening under her directorship. So, she is Nirishwara. There is no Ishwara for her. But what is her husband? Who is he? What is he? He is Nikhileshwara. He is Ishwara of everything. So there is subtle difference here. She is Nirishwara. There is no Ishwara for her. Because she is the one who is taking care of the whole manifestation. But how is she doing that? Because of the consciousness which is there with her. Because that Nikhileshwara is this side, he is just giving a very friendly hand with her. Not like, I am the boss, you are there. No. He's giving a very friendly, loving hand to that Shakti. So she is like Nirishwara. She is experiencing that Nirishwaratva when it comes to manifestation. But he is Nikhileshwara. He is Ishvara for everything. Because there is Atma as the base for everything. On that Atma as the foundation base, everything else is manifesting. Because Atma is there within me, I am able to use the mind, the body, buddhi, and that even aham in me. Everything is happening on the basis of Atma. So, naturally, he is Nikhileshwara. Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. I go down to Shiva and Shiva. See their combination. It is so bizarre. Yet, there is so much of beauty. When I read this shloka, what I remembered is like Kanchipuram saris, silk saris. When we go to the shop, there are so many different kinds of combination. The body will be of some color and the border will be of different color. We wouldn't have even thought of that combination can exist. It looks so weird. But when we wear it, it will be so beautiful. And it gels so well with one another. There are very many combinations of colors like that. And in South India, I'm going a bit lokadharmi. In South India, many people eat Puran Poli or Obbattu we call with rasam. That Puran Poli, they would have taken so much of effort to prepare it so thin and beautiful, tasty, sweet. It has its own taste and the fragrance. Many people bring the rasam, put it on that Puran Poli or Obbattu, and they smash it and they enjoy. So what do you say about this? They are so opposite. One is spicy, hot, another one is sweet. But they are combining together and they are enjoying the third taste. So like that, this Shiva and Shakti, they are so opposite. Yet there is beauty in them. Something comes up because they are united. So just the look of her hair brings so much of hope, aspiration, happiness. When we look at that dark color, it resembles the cloud which is bearing the water in it. So any moment it's going to rain. So it is with full hope, aspiration, and joy, happiness. And this side, it is bright, brilliant, like lightning, and it is copper color. and Jata, unkempt as well. It is so opposite. Yet, when we contemplate this side continuously, it is revealing the eternal truth. So, Ardhanarishwara is a very nice trait which they have passed it on to all beings, and we are living with it. Wonderful. Prapancha Srishtyunmukha Lasya Kaye. Prapancha Srishti, the creation of this world. Unmukha means one who is one who has turned towards, one who has involved herself towards creating the world. Srishti. So that means what? She is deep into creating the world, manifesting the world. Lasya Kaye. And that work which she's doing so smoothly, beautifully, with so much of harmony and rhythm, isn't it? The whole universe is, even though it looks chaotic, there is pure rhythm in it. Because that rhythm is going on smoothly, the world, the work of the world, rotation of the world, everything is going on so beautifully. That creation work, which looks so beautiful, rhythmic, and harmony. There is harmony in the whole universe. Because of that, it is one universe. In the sense, one manifestation. It has not become separated or chidra. That she is, Shakti is. Opposite to that, Srishti, opposite to that is Samasta Samharaka Tandavaya. So whatever he is doing, Samasta Samharaka, he is annihilating everything. He has taken the job of dismantling the whole universe when the time comes. During that period, even he has rhythm and the harmony which he is using is a very different kind. It is like braking. When the car is accelerating and going, when we put the brake, there is difference in the way it will come to stop, isn't it? The movement is different. But there is harmony and rhythm in that braking also. So that also looks like Tandava. So what are they doing? One who is going in the line of creating, another one is doing the Laya. So Srishti and Laya are together as Ardhanarishwara. Can you imagine? So how can we understand this? It's a beautiful concept. Shiva Shakti, if it is Ardhanarishwara, Srishti here, Laya is here as one unit. How can we understand? Then where is Sthiti? Does it mean that all the gods, all the animals, all the plants, all the rocks, all the human beings, and the preservation of the whole world is happening in between them? Have they separated themselves to give place for this sthiti? No, they will never separate. They're always Ardhanarishwara. At the most, Shakti will say, I can't stay as Ardhabhaga. I want to become you totally, oh Shiva. I want to be that Dakshinamurti. I am in you, you are in me, and we are one. So they will go in that direction, but not separately. So Ardhanarishwara will be there. Then how are they maintaining that sthiti? For that, they are very intelligent couple. They cook up, they create the factors like kala, desha, karyakarana bhava, the time, the concept of time, space, and cause and effect in the minds of the people, the minds of the individuals. So they will sit as one unit and keep looking at with Sakshi Bhava, keep looking at the whole world, how it is moving around. That is what should happen within every individual also. If we sit as Ardhanarishwara, all the actions carried out by me, carried out by others in the world, everything will become Sakshi. I will be witnessing just like that Ardhanarishwara. So it is the concept which is playing in the minds of the individuals, not coming in between Srishti and Laya. That is how the individuals are feeling. But they are Srishti and Laya forever. So this we can understand through that innermost triangle. At the bottom, it is the meeting point of Srishti. Ka-e-ila Hrim. That is one line. And the last one, Sakala Hrim, is another one. So Srishti and Laya are meeting here as one point. And it is this sthiti, Hasakahala Hrim, is the one which is making it a triangle. Otherwise, it will be just two lines together. Understood? Because that sthiti is coming as the result of kala, desha, and karyakarana bhava, all individuals are seeing it as triangle. See how we can learn from the Sri Chakra Yantra. How beautifully it tells us. And also another story where Shiva Shakti are sitting together. They are putting the concept of Kala, Desha, Karyakarana Bhava in the minds of the children Ganesha and Muruga, Shanmuga. And they are asking them to go round the world. Whoever comes back first will get the phala. So to pass time as entertainment, this, come on, let us see who will go around the world first with your vehicles. You can go and come back. And they had put the concepts of Kala, Desha, and Karyakarana Bhava in the minds. Out of both Ganesha and Kartikeya, that is Muruga, Kartikeya was duped with those concepts, and literally he went around using the Kala, Desha, Karya, Karana, Bhava, and went around the world with his fast moving peacock. But this Ganesha, who is very intelligent, he said, Amma, Appa, Shiva Shakti, you can't dupe me. I am not buying that Kala, Desha, Karya, Karana, Bhava. You are the source of that Kala, Desha and Karyakarana Bhava also. So there is nothing other than Shiva Shakti, other than the activated consciousness, which is eternal. And beyond that Shiva Shakti, there is nothing. When there is nothing else other than Shiva Shakti, when there is nothing beyond Shiva Shakti, then it is only you, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti. So as well I can go around you two who are sitting here and get the phala. So I got it. And it is the truth. When we succumb to that Kala, Desha and Karyakarana Bhava, that is when we start going in the outer world as though that is the truth. Whereas this Ganesha understood and he just knew the very source of this trick and the very source of eternal truth is nothing but Shiva Shakti. So he went around there. See how beautifully they have given this understanding. Prapancha Srishtyunmukha Lasyakaye Samasta Samharaka Tandavaya Jagadjananye. It is true. She is the Janani of the whole Jagat. Being Shakti. She is the one who is helping, protecting, like with motherly love, all beings. So she is Jagat Janani, not only for living beings, even for non-living beings. She is Janani. And Jagadeka Pitre. And he is the only father of the whole Jagat, the whole world. I bow down to that Shiva and Shiva. And then Pradipta Ratnojwala Kundalaye, she is wearing the blazing, bright, gem-studded earring on her ears. It is so beautiful on this side as Shakti, the left side. So she is wearing that kundala. And he is wearing Sphuran Mahapannaga Bhushanaya. Sphuran means here it is trembling, shaking, vibrating, moving. Mahapannaga means the snake, Maharaja of snake, as his ornament on the side. Shivanvitaye. Anvita means inherit. She has inherited that Shiva. Shiva here means auspiciousness, bliss, and consciousness, of course. She has inherited that. Even Shivanvitaya, even he has inherited that bliss, auspiciousness, the consciousness. Both of them are just surrounded by that, penetrated by that. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. So what can we understand? Pradipta Ratnojwala Kundalaye. Here we can understand, as she has involved herself in the ongoing of the world, naturally she is Gunatmika and she is part of all beings. So that Tatanka, what she is wearing as the Kundala, is nothing but heralding the presence of Shiva, because she is Sumangali. Shiva is there in what way? As in the whole manifestation. Because that Shiva is there in every manifestation, which is her body. He is very much part of her, and he is also brightly shining in every part of the whole manifestation as consciousness. Without that consciousness, the world will not be the same. It becomes unmata, erratic. So she's heralding the Shiva's presence in the whole universe as her partner, Sumangali. And it is brilliant, like Pradipta Ratna, Ujjwala. Beautiful. Spuran Mahapannaga Bhushanaya. So here, that Mahapannaga, he is joyfully moving around in one way. When that he's dancing Tandava, it is becoming frightened out of fear. So it is enjoying itself being part of Shiva in both ways. When it is Ananda, then also it is just moving. When it is fearful, when he's doing the Tandava during annihilation, when he's in that work, it is getting frightened. Who is that Mahapannaga? He is representing all Jivatmas, isn't it? Won't we feel that? When we are awakened to that consciousness, it can jolt us with happiness or with fear. Both are possible as Jivat. And Shivanvitaya, Shivanvitaya. That also, as I said, it is inherent, natural quality of both of them being Shiva, auspicious, blissful consciousness. Etat pate dashtaka ishtadam yo. Whoever recites this with love, with devotion, with good faith, with good vision, ishtadam, it gives whatever they desire. Bhaktya, yo bhaktya, whoever, bhaktya, with bhakti, with devotion. Sir, that person, manyo bhuvi dirghajivi. Manyo, he becomes manyah, honorable, respectable being in this universe. Bhuvi dirghajivi, and he also becomes dirghajivi, long life. Prapnoti, he attains that. Saubhagyam anantakalam, he attains saubhagya, that auspiciousness, the great treasure for anantakala, ananta, endless time. For endless time, he gets that. It has very deep meaning. Shankaracharya is too encouraging for all aspiring devotees and the seekers. It is so positive. I will tell you how. Bhuyat sada tasya samasta siddhihi. And also, he attains the perpetual powers, sada. The powers which he attains when he understands and he lives that Ardhanarishwara, he gets perpetual powers, isn't it? So, when the mind is filled with Shiva Shakti as one unit, Ardhanarishwara, all the thoughts, all the actions, somehow or the other will be hovering around Shiva Shakti, Ardhanarishwara. Even the mundane work or the actions which we are carrying on in the world will also be somehow get connected to Ardhanarishwara or Shiva Shakti. So the whole life will be revolving around Shiva Shakti or Ardhanarishwara as the center, focal point, or the great foundation, support. Naturally, his actions in the whole world will also become Shivamaya, Shaktimaya, Shiva Shaktimaya, and thus all animals, plants, human beings, everyone will respect him, isn't it? Why am I saying plants? Many people have the green thumb, they say. When they are planting, some people can bring up the plants in such a beautiful way. Others will also be putting the same amount of water and same amount of sunlight, everything in their house, but it will never blossom. Why? How? Everything will be same, but there is difference. So even the plants reciprocate to that Shiva Shakti thought and the action of this person, Bhakta. So he commands the respect from the whole world. Manyo Bhuvi. He becomes in the Bhuvi, on earth itself, not in the community or the family. It is that Dirgha Jeevi. Naturally, he becomes a person who will lead a long life. When the mind is on Shiva Shakti, naturally, the number of thoughts will come down. When the mind is calm and quiet and connected with this positive Shiva Shakti, naturally, the breathing speed will also be very slow, isn't it? So, the long breaths will make that person live for long life. Because every being comes with certain number of breaths, in and out and in and out. If we lose it by taking fast breaths, we will be gone. If that is elongated, the breath, the time taken to finish that amount of breaths will also be long. So, Dirghajeevi, he will become definitely. Prapnoti Saubhagyam Anantakalam. What is this Anantakalam? And this is the very first stotra in which I am coming across this kind of Phalashruti. What can we understand by this? Saubhagya is auspiciousness. That auspiciousness itself is what can be the highest Saubhagya? Attaining Shivatva. That Shiva is total auspicious. That Shivatva is Anantakala. There is no end at all. That Saubhagya is there. Once we have that Shivatva, it is eternal. That is one thing. Secondly, when we see practically in this Kali Yuga, we have heard the stories of Buddha, Shankaracharya, Raghavendra Swami, and also Shirdi Sai Baba. They say their power, their blessings, their grace will be there for another 500 years, 600 years, 700 years, like that. They say, even though they have gone, they have left their physical body long back, still their effect is there on the devotees, generation after generation after generation. So that means what? His Saubhagya is still going on and on, transferring from one to another to one to another, generation wise. In that way also it is Ananda. Bhuyat sada tasya samasta siddhi. So that perpetual powers is also not limited to just one life, but it keeps growing, multiplying through generation after generation, through the students, disciples, or through the devotees, or through the seekers, or even through the scriptures, in so many different ways. It will be there. Why is it so? Ardhanarishwara is the very primary, most important concept and the reality which we are all carrying, Ardhanarishwara, within us. And as Jivatmas, because we are getting involved, because of which we become the victims of Kala, Desha, Karya, Karana, Bhava, we go through the turmoil so much and we are not understanding the reality. So we are totally into the illusion of believing what we see as the outer world as the utmost truth. Because of that illusion, we are deluded and we are unnecessarily going through the turmoil. When we realize that the opposites are there, duality is there, multiplicity is there, but when we know that Ardhanarishwara, Shiva Shakti is united and it is one, we will be able to handle the situation when it is going here or there. We will be able to take it with balance. Ardhanarishwara. So we should realize through this Ardhanarishwara Stotra, yes, there are opposites within me, but union of those two is very important, and that union of the opposites will make me go beyond that dvandva, that duality of opposite sides will become balanced, and one can go beyond that dvandva and stay with peace. So this Ardhanarishwara Stotra makes so much of sense, and it relieves us from so many doubts. It clears the mind, how this body and the mind is working with so much of duality within us, opposites within us. Yet we are carrying it on. In the whole Vishwa, which is manifestation of Shiva and Shakti, even that has so many opposites. But when we realize Ardhanarishwara, even though they are opposites, they are one unit. It is one entity. It is one entity. When we understand, handling the situations in the world will also become somewhat smooth. And as Ishvara of the whole universe, we can understand and feel that Shiva Shakti are not two different, but they are one activated consciousness, which is making the whole universe run, move. And we are inheriting that Ardhanarishwara, and we are having it every moment of our life. So, highly grateful to that Shankaracharya who has given this Ardhanarishwara Stotra to all of us. Om Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti, Shiva Shakti Om.